Hi friends, welcome to practice. So for today's class, as always, you don't need that much. I do always have a couple of blocks and a blanket at hand, just because I like to work comfortable. So if you got those, that's great. Otherwise, we won't really need that much. So whenever you're ready, come and join me. So we're gonna start today in a seated position. So whatever seat really works for you. I like to sit on my heels, but if this doesn't feel too available, just take a normal seat wherever you are. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. Slowly start noticing the points of contact in between your body and the ground underneath. Noticing the softness in the shoulders, in the back of the head. Noticing the softness in the heart center. Slightly freeing that space with the breath. We're going to start today with our Viloma Pranayama. So in the next couple of rounds, we're going to break the inhale into 3 parts. So think about lower belly, ribs, and chest. So on your next inhale, you're going to inhale for 1/3 the lower belly and pause. Inhale 2/3 your ribs and pause. And all the way up to your collarbones and pause. And a long exhale, let it go. Inhale 1/3 and pause. 2/3 your ribs and pause. Inhaling all the way up, squeezing a little bit more of air and pause. And a long exhale, let it go. 2 more like this. Inhale 1/3 and pause. 2/3 and pause. And all the way up is squeeze a little bit more of air and pause. And a long exhale, let it go. Last round, inhale 1/3 and pause. 2/3 and pause. Then squeezing a little bit more of air, a little bit more all the way to the top and pause. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Take the deepest inhale yet. And the longest exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Before you go anywhere, go ahead and bring your awareness to your heart center. And set an intention for today's practice. Maybe tapping into why are you here? What was it that brought you to the mat today? This practice is going to be about testing your boundaries. Whenever you're ready. Beautiful work. We're going to come straight away into a downward facing dog. So, from your downward facing dog, tuck your toes and the hips back, make your way. Downward facing dog. Start pedaling your legs, pedaling your feet. And take the time you need here to slowly start getting accustomed with the shape. Start getting familiar with the hands pressing the ground away, having some of the weight there. Using the breath to create a little bit more of length in the spine. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful work. From your downward facing dog, you're going to inhale and waving the spine all the way forwards to your high plank. Drop your knees, bend the elbows, and come all the way to your belly. We're going to go into oscillating cobra, fingertips outside the top corners of the mat, pressing through the top of the feet. And on the next inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, press to the top of the feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let it go. 2 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. On your next exhale, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the ground away. Downward facing dog. On your downward facing dog, inhale, your right leg rises up. Bring your right foot outside your right hand. You're going to use the fingertips, or this is where you grab the blocks. You're going to keep sending the hips back, bending the right knee, and just kind of moseying around here. Just releasing a little bit of the right hip in this runner's lunge. Just allowing yourself to marinate in this space. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful work. You can keep the blocks if that feels good, and you're going to step back all the way to your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left leg towards the sky. Left foot outside your left hand. Use the fingertips or the blocks. Just releasing the hip. Noticing what shows up today for you in this shape. Noticing the availability. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. From your downward facing dog, inhale, your right leg rises up. You're going to bring the right foot outside the right hand. This time on the inhale, you're going to lift the heart center, widen the collarbones. And exhale, send the hips back, peel the right toes towards your face. 2 more like this. Inhale, look forwards. And exhale, send the hips back. 1 more like this. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, sending the hips back. Inhale, drop the chest, plant the hands, and step back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Inhale, your left leg rises up. Bring your left foot outside your left hand. Use the fingertips to create the space and lengthen. And use the exhale to bring everything back. 2 more like this. Inhale, look forwards. And exhale back. Inhale, look forwards. And exhale back. Use the inhale to lift and elevate. And on the next exhale, both hands onto the mat. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Beautiful work. 5 breaths in your downward facing dog. Allow yourself to sink in here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, your right leg rises up. Bring your right foot to your right thumb, and you're going to rise up to your high lunge. So once you are in your high lunge, think about sinking from the middle with the hips. Imagine that you have a sandbag on your right thigh. You're going to reach slightly higher with your fingertips. Take an inhale. And exhale, pulsation, left knee to the mat. 2 more like this. Inhale to lift. And exhale, sink in the middle. Inhale to lift. And exhale, let it go. Take an inhale to prepare, lift the heart center. On the next exhale, land your left heel. Right forearm comes to the right thigh. Sweeping up through the left arm, extend the side angle pose. A couple of breaths here. Thinking about spinning from the left side of your rib cage. 2 more breaths. Finding the stability from your left heel all the way to your left fingertips. Beautiful work. On your next exhale, straighten the front leg, reverse your warrior. Create a space in the right side of the ribs this time. 2 more breaths. One more breath. On your next exhale, bend your right knee, both hands come onto the mat. Option 1, take a vinyasa if you like it. Option 2, meet me back in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, your left leg rises up. Bring your left foot to your left thumb, and you're going to rise up to the high lunge. Use the inhale to reach slightly higher. And exhale, sinking deeper. 2 more like this, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale to lift. And exhale, let it go. 1 more, inhale to lift. On the next exhale, land your right heel. Left forearm onto your left thigh, sweeping through the right arm. Extend the side angle pose. Think about creating a little bit more of a space on the left shoulder. Don't let everything sink in here. 2 more breaths. Noticing the availability for you to be here in this space, in this shape. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, reverse the warrior, create the space. This is where you test your boundaries here. See how far you want to go. 2 more breaths. One more breath. On your next exhale, bend your left knee, both hands come onto the mat. Take a vinyasa if you like, or step back. Downward facing dog. We're going to meet eventually in that downward facing dog. You're going to take an inhale, your right leg rises up. Bring your right foot outside your right hand and open and twist towards the right side. Listen carefully. Take an inhale here. And on the next exhale, right forearm is going to come towards the mat. 2 more like this. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. 1 inhale to open. On your next exhale, both hands onto the mat. Option 1, vinyasa. Option 2, stick with me, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg rises up. Bring your left foot outside your left hand. Right knee onto the mat. Right hand open and twist towards the left. 3 pulsations. Use the exhale. Left forearm onto the mat. Create a space in the left hip. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. 1 more. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. 1 inhale to open. On your next exhale, both hands onto the mat. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Wherever you are, we're going to meet in downward facing dog in 1 breath. And on your next exhale, drop your knees. Child's pose. Very good. A couple of breaths here. Just allowing yourself to refocus, recenter in the space. Maybe tapping into the intention that you said at the very, very beginning of the class. What was it that brought you here? Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Whenever you're ready, meet me back in downward facing dog. We do just have 1 more tiny piece of work and then we're going to close the class. You're doing great. On your next inhale, your right leg rises up. Bring your right foot outside your right hand. Option 1, left knee drops into the mat. Grab a couple of blocks. Maybe the forearms rest on the blocks. Option 2, maybe the left leg hovers. And wherever you are, keep sending the left heel to the back of the room. Lizard pose. We're going to stay here for around 5 breaths. Try to find a sense of softness, a sense of suppleness in the shape. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, let it go. Make your way back to downward facing dog. For your downward facing dog, inhale, your left leg rises up. Bring your left foot outside your left hand. You can drop your right knee if you need to. Maybe the right leg stays straight, just creating a little bit more of stability and length. And maybe wherever you are, drop the forearms onto the blocks or the ground. 5 breaths in this shape. Letting go of the head and the neck here. And on your next exhale, option 1, downward facing dog. Option 2, take the last vinyasa of the day if you like it, if you want it. Option 2, maybe let's meet back in child's pose. So actually I gave you 3 options, so go wherever it feels right. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, slowly make your way back to your backs. Beautiful work. Once you make your way back, bring your knees towards your chest. Giving a little hug. Rocking very gently side to side. Because we did quite a lot of hip work today, I'm just going to offer you one option to close the practice with before we move into Shavasana. So just crossing the right leg on top of the left. Just going to let both of the knees drop to the right side, to the left, before we settle in one place. You can choose where it feels available, where it feels that sweet spot. Maybe dropping both the legs to the left side for a supine twist. One more breath here. On your next exhale, come back to center. And just go ahead and change the legs. And exactly the same as before, just moseying around first. And then wherever you feel like you want to settle, that's where you go. Maybe letting both the knees drop to the right side. One more breath here. And exhale, come back to center. So anything else you need to do before we go into Shavasana? So anything else that you need to close off your practice with? Maybe happy baby, maybe plow pose, maybe nothing, you had enough, you're done for the day. So wherever you are, go ahead and straighten in the legs, straighten in the arms, palms facing upwards. Letting the back of the head be nice and soft. Take a deep inhale here. And clear the system, let it go. So as always, feel free to stay in your Shavasana as much as you need it. Allow yourself to close the practice in a way that serves you. This is where I'm going to leave you. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you so much for sticking with your practice, for allowing yourself to test yourself, push yourself outside your comfort zone. Hope you enjoy the practice, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you.